Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, PrincetonTrader.com, here for NTMarkets.com with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, S&P 500, E-mini futures, here's a daily chart. And the thing that jumps out at me right away this morning is the mid-band, which is your green line descending there in the middle of the two beige Bollinger Bands, okay? Thursday and Friday, the mid-band proved to be resistance. At the same time, the 2073 area proved to be the lows of the day Friday and Thursday. So if the bears are going to make any significant progress this week, they're going to have to come down, take out the new weekly pivot in the 79 area, and then take out on a closing basis 2073. The precedent for any of that occurring is to maintain the mid-band, at least on a closing basis, as resistance. The longer the bears are able to accomplish that, the better chance they have breaking through some of these support levels. If you are a bull, what you want to see is you want to see the overnight chart here, which is a 5-minute chart. Here, this purple dotted line is the daily pivot, 2084.67. You can see it basically got tested within a handle here late Sunday night, and then it was tested once again off of the initial downdraft from the Europe Open. If you are a bull, you want to hold the daily pivot. You certainly want to hold the weekly pivot, okay? And a move straight down to the weekly pivot this morning, more likely than not, is going to bring out the dip buyers. I mean, that's the kind of Monday morning opportunity that dip buyers live for, is a swift move down to a big area like the weekly pivot, and they like to come in and grab that and see what they can do with it. So if I get a move down to the weekly pivot this morning in the regular session, the chances of me being a buyer are pretty good. If you're the bulls, you want to get through this area. You want to get through daily mid-band and the 50-day exponential moving average. You want to get over 90. You want to get back up into 94, test and break through the Globex highs, and turn this 95 half area, which has been a key area the last few weeks. You want to turn that into support. If the bulls are able to do that, that opens up areas like 2102 to 2103 on the upside, and they can start to make a week of it. That entire move, though, I mean, it's, it sounds counterintuitive, but it's not. That entire move would have more power if it began at the weekly pivot. It would have decent power if it began at the daily pivot. But to begin it at the weekly pivot at a bigger area tends to embolden longs. Just like when we continue to consistently fail at the monthly pivot, the first week of July is an excellent example. Monthly pivot for July is 2074 half. If you look at the week of July the 6th, the number of failures in the 74 half to say 78 area, it's a longer term pivot, so it's going to test it and overlap it a little bit more than you would expect out of shorter term signals. That started all of these consistent moves down into the 30s. It gave it the fuel to be able to do it. A bounce off of the weekly pivot would certainly have fuel to take the bulls up and over 95 half on a sustainable basis. Okay. Otherwise, we're just going to get into the more two-sided stuff that we had last week. Last week was, it was a very two-sided week. Everybody had their time. Bears pushed it down. Bulls pushed it back up. That's been very indicative of 2015. So keep your options open. Don't get married to a scenario. Don't come into the market with a scenario in your head. The market should go up today. The market should go down today. In 2015, that will get you in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. Keep your options open. Let big levels tell you the story, and let price tell you the story. Okay, that's all I got. Everybody have a great day. Follow us on Twitter at Princeton Trader. Check out the website, PrincetonTrader.com. We got a lot of great stuff up there. Tutorials. The recording of the webinar from last week is up there. I will be doing another webinar Wednesday after the close, 4:45. I hope to see everybody back there. We had a fantastic turnout last week. And so, this week's webinar is going to be, the same kind of stuff. We're going to look at the market, where we're at, where we're headed, open it up for questions. I'm having a ton of fun doing them, and I want to keep doing them. Come check out the chat room. We've got a really significant number of trials in there, and it's a great time to come in and see what we're about and learn what we do and see if it works for you. We would love to meet you. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another webcast. Trade 'em well, everybody.